guys, welcome back to another episode of the Triple Ones Wargaming podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Jasper Axelson, and I am with
Zakk Wallace.
And today we will be looking at the Custodes and Genestealer Cult codices.
Indeed.
Yes. We were really just going to do a broad overview of what the army does and how it's maybe changed. This is more meant for just kind of like a broad scope in case you happen to play it at a tournament.
Not a full-on Codex review, just a little taste of the flavor.
Yeah, just a taste, just the tip, as
Just
they
the
say,
tip.
just the tip. So we are going to go ahead and start with the Genestealer Cult. The resident Xenos player Zachary will be reviewing them. So I'll have him take us away.
Yeah, we'll start with the army-wide benefits, just what you get for being a Genestealer cultist. So right away, the big one is Crossfire. That's the rule that I'm excited about.
Yes.
It's making GSC a little more of a shooting-focused army this go around.
Yes.
So with Crossfire, in the shooting phase, if you score 5 hits on a target unit, or 1 hit with a weapon with damage that is anything but 1, it gets a Crossfire marker, which gives everything else a +1 to hit against it. And if it's exposed, meaning you can draw a line from 2 of your units that crosses over the unit you're shooting at, you get +1 to wound. And if you're within 12 inches, you ignore cover. And that's just cover, not light cover.
Ooh, so no dents.
No dents.
No dents for you.
Pretty spicy.
Okay.
They also get Unquestioning Loyalty. Fun little mechanic. It's basically like shield drones. You can
everyone's favorite.
Yeah. You can tank wounds on a 4-up
nice.
for characters, or within 3 inches or 6 inches if it's a patriarch.
Okay.
Big Daddy.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
it's kind of fluffy,
nice.
like the cultists coming in, saving their
Jumping
little
in the way of the
masters.
sniper.
Yeah.
Kind of cool.
I like that.
Then you do get for each HQ choice you take, you get a free character that does not take up a slot, which is pretty big considering how many elite slots are just character options.
So it's just any character? If you take one HQ, you get any character non-force.
For free.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's huge. Yeah.
It is. It's
Yeah,
kinda
because they
nice.
have a lot of characters.
I mean, like, half of their data sheets are just characters.
Yeah, so that's okay. That's pretty good. I like that.
So that was always a problem in 8th, is just trying to fit in all of them.
Right. Especially now with 9th, where you don't want to be making more detachments usually.
Right. Yeah,
So-
you used to get a bonus for taking extra detachments. Now you're getting punished.
Yeah.
And then you can still take Brood Brothers with Imperial Guard. There are no Imperial Guard units in the GSC Codex this time around.
Okay.
Which I like, because if they get an update, you're not stuck with the old rules for edition.
Yeah, it kind of separates it out a little bit more, probably as it should have been.
Yeah. But you do, you can only take, you have to take less than 25% of your army can be guard, or you lose your bonuses.
Your crossfires and whatnot.
Yeah, which you do not want to be given.
Ooh, not for guard, especially now.
And then the guard do get +2 to their leadership.
Ooh, okay.
But you can't take any Warlord Traits, Relics, can't take tank aces.
Oh, okay.
Anything like that. It's fluffy.
Yeah, waiting for the update for guard if you want to see any real play with it.
And then a big one is infantry and bikers get their own special version of Deep Strike called Setup Underground, which basically just means you can deep strike in, you just have to be over 8 inches away.
Ooh.
So it's almost like a pseudo +1 to charge.
Yeah, it also helps with just positioning too.
Indeed.
Yeah, it makes you have to screen out a little bit more. Okay, I like that.
They definitely got a whole bunch of deep striking shenanigans that I really enjoy.
If any army should get it, should be GSC.
They're like the guerrilla warfare.
Yeah, very cool. Okay, I like that.
Yeah. So jumping over to the cults. There were a couple good ones. The standout one to me is the Bladed Cog.
Okay.
It's just a flat army-wide 6-up invulnerable save, which is always nice.
Yeah, for GSC, for how many bodies you're putting on the table, that 6-up invulnerable save's awesome.
Oh yeah, and their vehicles aren't super tough, so just giving them a little bit of durability.
Just a chance.
It's quite nice. I mean, I can't roll 3-ups, but I can roll 6-ups.
You can roll your 6-ups, so you'll love that.
And then you get plus 3-inch range to your guns, not charges or grenades. And then you get 1 wound reroll each time a unit is selected to shoot or fight.
Okay.
And then the Warlord trait is actually quite good for this one. You just select an enemy unit, and then your Warlord gets an aura. Core gets full rerolls to wound against that selected unit.
Oh, okay. So if you're within range of that character, whatever you selected, you get full rerolls to wound?
Yep, just against the one selected unit. So basically, if you want to make sure one thing is dead.
Is that like in the command phase, or just during the battle round, the first... Probably like one unit, kind of like the Ultramarine Seal of Oath, where you pick it before the battle, and you're like, this thing will die.
It will die.
It will die.
The Psychic power is also quite nice. It's just a 3-inch aura of +1 to save. It's nothing super great, but if you're going up against a whole lot of Marines with bolt guns, it really helps your little T4, T3 bodies. Yeah,
with how much you're putting out there, every save you can take count. It adds up. So I like that. It's not bad.
And then the other one I liked is kind of a nice, well-rounded one, and it's the poster children, the Cult of the Four-Armed Emperor. It just gives you light cover if you're over 12 inches away.
That's
from
solid.
The firing unit.
Solid.
It's very solid. Gives you reroll charges, which with your 8-inch deploy is a 66% chance of making a charge from deep strike.
So yeah, 2/3. Okay.
Quite
okay.
Nice. Especially if you're on an MSU, you got a bunch of stuff coming in.
Yeah, you're just trying to spam out that 66% chance you'll hit some.
Oh yeah. The Warlord trait is pretty good. It's Inscrutable Cunning. You can decrease the cost of a strategic ploy or a battle tactic stratagem used on a Cult of the Forearm Emperor unit within 12 of the Warlord. It's pretty good. A lot of the stratagems in this codex are battle tactics and strategic ploys.
It just kind of helps you save some CP, basically. That's never a bad thing.
Yeah, Cult of the Forearm Emperor does have ways to kind of manipulate CP, get you extras.
Yeah, and they have the Vex, do they not?
Yes, that was my next point, is you do get Vect, which is a free stratagem. You use it anytime your opponent uses a stratagem that is not a command reroll. And for the rest of the game, anytime they use that strat, it costs an additional CP.
That can be strong.
It can be, especially paired with Cult of the Four-Armed Emperor getting ways to get more CP and reduce their own cost. Kind of making your stuff cheaper and making your opponent's stuff more expensive.
Yeah, that can all of a sudden really throw an army off. I mean, your Hive Guard, if you're having to shoot twice with 3 CP with the Hive Guard...
Suddenly I'm probably not doing it more than twice.
Yeah, that's...
If that.
Right? Like, that can really throw a whole army's composition just out the window. I like that a lot.
Triple Hive Guard spam suddenly becomes a lot more expensive.
Oof, God, that hurts.
No more double shooting.
No more.
I did want to give an honorable mention to Hive Cult. I think it's going to be kind of a sleeper. I like it is -1 to hit, but you can fall back and shoot. But you can advance and shoot, and you can also shoot and perform actions.
Ooh, that's powerful. Okay.
Coupled with a lot of their deep strike and movement shenanigans, I think it makes any action secondaries extremely viable for Genestealer.
Especially now that coming up, the new chapter approved, you can do it with bikes, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Bachman data, you can do with biker units.
Yeah, so you just jump up there and just get it.
Oh, yeah.
I like that. Okay.
Yeah.
Good honorable mention.
Not bad. Yeah, I'm excited to see it. I kind of want to test it out.
Yeah.
Since it's not as obviously powerful as some of the others, but...
Right. It's a sneaky one where it's like, if you're not paying attention, someone's just going to outmission you. I like that.
For Warlord traits, I really like Master Outrider. It's... so this one is my favorite by far. It's... I expect it might get FAQ'd.
Ooh, okay.
But right now, it's like AdMech, but spicier.
That's great.
Your Warlord gets to make a 6-inch normal move after being chosen as a charge target. But your opponent cannot redeclare any charge targets if you get out of range. Whereas like the AdMech one, if you run away, they can charge something else.
Right.
This, if you run behind something or get out of range,
it's over.
It's over. They just can't charge with that unit.
Oh my.
Not bad. Not bad.
And that's just a generic Warlord trait?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. It's not pull locked. It's just...
That's good.
It's pretty cool.
I like that.
I like it a lot.
Yeah.
It seems
just
fun if nothing else.
That's strong. I think that's super strong. You know, you put something out on objective, trying to charge to get on it. Nope. Goodbye.
Exactly.
Wow. Okay.
Kind of nice.
I like that.
The other one I chose was Focus of Aberration. It's core and pure strain Genestealers within range of the Warlord can perform heroic interventions.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, heroic Genestealers. That's heroic what everyone likes. Oh, no.
Doesn't that sound fun?
Oh, that sounds super good, putting that near an objective and just, right? You want to come take this, you have to kill these things.
Oh, yeah.
You can't just sneak on here. You're getting...
Keep your warlord safely tucked away and just keep a couple strong units that can trade up in combat next to them, next to that objective.
Wow.
Go ahead and try and take it.
Okay, that's...
It all hits you in your turn.
That's good.
Especially with how good Genestealers are in this Codex.
Yeah, Genestealers gotta glow up.
I like it. I'm a little jealous.
They put the Genestealer in Genestealer Cult.
Indeed. You'd hope they'd be good.
Yeah, they should be good.
It's their namesake.
Yeah, it's... Yeah.
On to Psychic Powers.
Ooh, Psychic.
They have some pretty good ones.
Okay.
The one that I enjoyed is Mass Hypnosis.
Oh.
It's a nice debuff. A lot of factions have psychic powers or abilities to dish out a fight last.
Yes.
This is a fight last and reduces the attack characteristic of the unit by 1.
Oh, so it's a fight last with a big FU.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Wow. Okay, that's
not bad.
Anytime you have access to a fight last, that's an automatic. You have to look at. You have to at least look at it.
Absolutely.
It's so strong.
And not only fighting last, but also taking away some of the offensive output.
Yeah, just straight mind. That's just straight up good.
Absolutely.
Was that one? Did that one used to be the one where you'd cast it and be able to take control of an enemy model? Do you remember? What was that?
There was mind control or something.
Yeah,
that one did get worse. It's not as cool as it was before.
Yeah, well, it figures that was scary.
Yeah,
it was really cool. It was cool. It was cool, but kind of feels bad.
Yeah. The other one is just a flat +1 attack, which is kind of plain and simple, but then you start thinking about Aberrants with Strength 8, AP 2, Damage 3, but only 2 attacks apiece.
I'll throw that up to 3.
Getting 3 attacks apiece is big. Or Genestealers now at base 4 attacks, going up to 5.
Yes. At what point is it just overkill, Zach? Holy crap.
10 Genestealers putting out 50 attacks is insane.
Yeah, that's not to be messed with. I like the Aberrants, though, because one of the drawbacks on them is the attack, so it's, this kind of shores that up a little bit.
Right? Yeah, it gives them a little bit more weight of dice. I don't really like 2 attacks.
2 attacks isn't sexy, but once you bump them up to 3 each, 4 on the leader dude.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden you got 16 basically Thunderhammer attacks. Okay, okay.
Not bad.
Not bad.
Or 50 power sword attacks with Genestealers.
Oh,
not bad.
Not 50 power sword attacks. Not bad.
Moving on to Relics. There's a few good ones. I really liked Amulet of the Void Worm.
I just like the name already.
It's so cool. The names are so
Amulet
cool.
of the Void Worm. That's how is the worm spelled, Zach?
Oh, it's WYRM.
Oh, perfect. Oh,
we're not talking earthworms. We're talking mythical creature worms.
Yeah, not just a normal worm.
Oh no.
No.
But this one is it's just no Overwatch. Gives the character a 4-up invulnerable save. And then once per game, you can just auto save a wound.
Okay. It's kind of just all year-round utility.
Yeah, it's a nice utility piece. I just like teching in something to deny Overwatch.
It's always nice.
There are some units in the game where their Overwatch can be particularly devastating. Especially, flamers.
Yeah.
Especially against low toughness, low save Genestealer cults.
Yeah, all of a sudden you're taking a bunch of bolters. That might actually hurt.
Mm-hmm. Or new D6+2 auto-hitting Tau flamers.
Yes. Aha, Tau. Aha. F you, Tau.
The other one I had to mention, it's another wormy one.
Ooh.
We have Worm's Breath. Not Dragon's Breath. We have Worm's Breath.
Worms, yes.
This is a fun one. I absolutely love the Keller morph. Everything about it is so cool.
It is.
Little 3-armed Clint Eastwood looking bastard.
Oh, you love that, man. That little him in the Hexmark Destroyer.
Yep, they're so cool.
Oh, just the cowboys, the wild, wild west.
Wild West of the 41st millennium.
Yep.
But the Worm's Breath rounds are kind of interesting. It's relic pistol rounds for the Keller morph. It does go to heavy,
Ooh.
which it gives them -1 to hit for moving or deep striking.
Yeah.
But they are heavy, strength 6, AP 3, flat damage 3.
Ooh.
He loses his sniping ability.
Okay.
But he keeps his successful hits cause additional hits.
Oh,
So
okay.
not bad.
Not bad for Mr. Clint.
Right? So starting, it can kick out some
Yeah,
damage.
that's not bad for, a lot of times these are like relic pistol-y weapons are just straight up trash. This is at least like you can look at it and go, oh, this isn't, I can use this in some capacity.
Right? I mean, even like heavy infantry, Terminators.
Yeah, they don't.
Each one that fails a
3
5
damage.
save.
Yeah, they don't love
just
that.
killing one.
Yeah, I like that. Very good.
Kind of nice.
Yeah.
Anything that makes Keller morphs cooler.
Yep, you just have to at least look at it. I love that.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
Gots to love it.
Oh, and then moving on to the point upgrades that you get to choose with Genestealer cults. Proficient planning. Few of the standout ones. I really enjoyed just a simple trap sprung. It's a 15-point upgrade. Gives you a 3d6 drop 1 charges.
Simple but effective.
Simple but effective. I figured pairing that with Cult of the Four-Armed Emperor for their reroll charge ability.
Ooh.
You're getting pretty reliable deep strike charges.
And what can you take this on again?
Oh, this is any infantry units.
Wow. So you just throw that on anything that's combat?
Yeah, throw on a nice combat unit. Aberrants.
Aberrants? Yeah.
Genestealers. Basically anything you want to come in.
Wow, I like that. Okay.
Meticulous Uprising. So the Primus has a once per game you can give reroll 1s to wound decor.
Okay.
So this is an upgrade. It allows you, when you do that once per game, instead of just picking 1 core unit, you get to pick 2 cult units.
Okay.
So you get 2 for 1s.
Yeah.
And you're not limited to core.
And you are not.
Rerolling 1s to wound is kind of wild.
So you're saying hello aberrants.
Yeah.
Hello aberrants. Get that. Wow, that's good.
If you want anything to die.
Holy crap. Okay.
And then I did want to do a quick mention for Lying in Wait.
I love the name.
Oh yes.
That's an awesome name. Okay.
But this is the super utility one. I like the just straight damage output in glass cannon-y armies.
Yep.
But the tricksy utility things are my favorite.
Yes.
So with this one, I believe it's a 10-point upgrade. It lets you set up an infantry unit, set up from underground. They only have to be over 3 inches away, but they cannot charge. But this means they completely outclass Genestealers as the premier action monkeys. Like,
yes,
cheap unit. So with Bladed Cog, or no, with Hive Cult, it was Hive Cult. Hive Cult, you could have a unit pop up 3 inches away. They can't charge, but they can still shoot and perform an action.
Okay.
Not bad.
That is not bad at all.
Bad.
That's some utility.
Yeah, I kind of like it.
3 inches away, I mean, that's useful for Nuckman datas.
Oh, yeah.
Also useful just screening. I mean, if your opponent's not careful on the screening on objectives, that thing can just pop right up and steal it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like,
if
that's...
you're not, like, zoning out the objective perfectly.
Right? Like, gotta be careful.
Yeah. I like the utility bits. It's tricksy.
Yeah, it's very tricksy, very Genestealer culty. That is
very Genestealer culty.
Yeah, I like that. Like that a lot.
Yeah, very flavorful. So then for stratagems. Some of the big ones, I do like Lurk in Shadows. Both of the Shadow ones.
Yes, Lurk in Shadows.
I like the Shadow.
I love it.
So Lurk in Shadows. You pick your unit. It cannot be targeted unless it is the closest visible or within 12.
Wow.
Which is big.
Wow, that's...
Have a unit on an objective that's just trying to hold something in the backfield.
Wow.
Cheap little fragile unit that your opponent's trying to shoot at. Use this strat, and that cheap little 50, 60 point unit can just sit there unscathed.
Wow. How many CP is that?
Just 1.
Wow. So if I'm a GSC player, I'm at least 4 out of 5 turns.
Yeah,
I'm using
this all the time.
Yeah, wow, that's good.
Yeah, GSC's got a lot of good 1 CP strats.
Just straight up as body. That's like better than bodyguard.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. F you, indirect.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Like,
eat this Hive guard.
Yeah.
And then the other shadowy strat, Return to Shadows. We lurk in shadows again.
Ooh.
This is a fun one. So after fighting in the fight phase,
okay.
You if there are no enemy units within 6 inches, you just get a redeploy where you pick up your unit and they come down at the end of the following movement phase.
That's some shenanigans.
It's shenanigans.
So you're saying you could send in a Genestealer unit, kill something, and just go, peace.
Yep.
I'm gone.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think of it similarly to the Tyrannid strat that lets you move in advance after wiping something.
Yes.
This is just straight up better.
Just straight up, I'm gone now.
You're gone. You can't be shot at. There's no retaliation.
Wow.
You come out a deep strike, charge something,
and just
fight something way out in the open, and then just pick them back up off the board.
And as soon as you came in, you were gone.
Mm-hmm.
I like that.
It's
I
fun.
like that quite a bit.
It's fun.
Come in from the shadows, and guess what? You're returning to the shadows. Oh, I love that. That's good.
It's a lot of fun. Very flavorful.
That's good. Okay.
Yeah. I see some shenanigans here.
Yes.
And then there's another 1 CP, Bore Through. Kind of fun. So there's a weapon type in this book that's industrial weapons. It's handed out all over the place. I mean, a lot of the big weapons are industrial weapons.
Okay.
And for 1 CP, you can give industrial weapons in a unit full rerolls to wound against a monster or vehicle. Full wound rerolls against monster vehicles. Most of your heavy hitter weapons are industrial weapons.
Wow. Wow. Holy crap.
Yes, for 1 CP.
1 CP.
Full rerolls.
Wow.
Not bad.
Not bad at all. You want to kill something, there you go.
Yeah. A lot of monsters and vehicles you want to take down. Just
God damn. Nice. That's very good. I like that a lot. That's some good strats that GSC have.
Oh yeah. Got another one.
Ooh, okay.
Fun one. Kind of cool. Just 1 CP again. Their 1 CP strats are fire.
Yeah. Holy crap! Just 1 CP, 1 CP, 1 CP.
We got Gestalt Consciousness. So this is kind of fun. So when you use a blessing, like a blessing psychic power, for 1 CP, you can just target any cult unit on the board. You don't need line of sight. You don't need range. Nothing like that. You can just give a blessing to anything on the board.
Wow, that's a hell of a way to stay out of deny.
That's kind of right.
Oh my!
Yeah.
Wow.
Stay out of those auto deny ranges that a lot of armies have.
Yep.
Just give out your blessing.
Not to mention just across the board.
Right.
That's good. Wow. So that's how many CP? 1 CP.
1 CP.
1 CP yet again. There's a theme here, folks.
There is a theme here.
Holy crap.
But yeah, they got a lot of tricks. I really like the deep strike shenanigans.
Yep.
I've always been a fan of deep strike shenanigans.
Yes, very fluffy. straight up just 9 inches away, that's not very fun. GSC does it better in every way.
Pretty much all of your infantry and bikers can pop up 8 inches away. There's ways to get things up within 3.
Ways to just go back into deep strike.
Yeah.
Very good.
I love redeploys. It's fun too because redeploys aren't limited by the coming in turn 2 or 3, so you can use a turn 4 and pop up turn 5 somewhere. And if you have bottom of turn, use it in your turn 4, pop up on an objective turn 5, score that sweet 15 primary.
Ooh, sweet 15. Wow, GSC. That's pretty good.
Yeah, they got shenanigans. They're not broken like day 1 Drakari or Admech. Which is a good thing.
Very good thing. Yeah, it's a good thing for the game. But it seemed, I came into this not knowing anything about GSC, like almost nothing. I like what I'm hearing. A lot, actually. Quite a bit.
I want to pilot them. I want to take them for some test runs here.
Wow, we got a friend.
Excited.
Yeah, we have a friend that's getting into GSC. Might have to steal those from him. Might have to burrow my way into his house and steal them. That sounds like a very fun army. Very tricksy, like you said, the movement, shenanigans, and just coming up like, oh, you didn't properly screen, you're not good on your fundamentals of 40k. Well, I'm coming up and stealing your shit.
Oh yeah. I love tricksiness more than just straight up
blunt force
potential.
Yeah. Speaking of straight up blunt force, Zakk.
Nice transition.
Yes, very professional. We're gonna now go over the Custodes.
Nice.
Oh, we love to see it. They got a nice glow up, Zakk. So much so that there are some prominent players taking it to LVO, which I did not expect. Not expect that, but so yeah, we'll go over basically like the mono faction special bonuses. They're ghetto combat doctrines that are actually very good. Then we'll go over like the shield hosts, relics, warlord traits, their point upgrades, and some strats that I like. So first, I'm going to try and explain to you their faction bonus, because it's a little wordy. As you can see, I've written down a whole page of just notes. So simple stuff first. If you're Custodes, you get a 4-up invulnerable save. It's not that goofy. You get a 5-up and then +1 to your... No, it's just 4-up invulnerable saves.
Nice.
They also have each model counts as 1 extra model. So they're... So like, if I have 1 bike on an objective, it counts as 2 bikes.
That's nice.
Very nice.
Shore up their lack of bodies.
Yes, that helps quite a bit. I haven't played a game with it yet, but it seems like that'll help a lot. But they did kind of get a little bit of a nerf on the bikes. The bikes are no longer OBSEC, Zakk.
Oh, no.
Oh, hate to see it. There's some tricks in here that honestly, if they had that OBSEC with the bikes, it'd be a little bit crazy. But so they lost that, but all the infantry are still OBSEC, so the characters and stuff still OBSEC. Don't have to worry about that.
Nice.
Now we'll get into the juicy bits. So they have a new special rule called the Martial Kata. So basically, if you're pure Custodes and you are mono-faction shield host, so you can't like soup in 2 different shield hosts. You have to be 1 shield host and pure Custodes with Sisters of Silence if you want.
I would like to mention real quick, the GSC one is the same way. It seems a lot of the new books are moving towards single sub-factions.
Yes, and we're even seeing, like with Chapter Approved, they're forcing you to be single anything. So the rules, I mean, to be honest, with the Martial Katas, you're not really going to want to soup. You want to have these. These are very good. So this ability is only for infantry and bikers, so the vehicles and dreadnoughts and whatnot, they don't get that. They don't get the karate stances, basically, is what they are. So there are 6 katas, right? I'm going to make sure you're following me step by step. So there's 6 katas, okay? Each kata has 2 stances, okay? So kind of think like the Necron protocols, where it's like, the protocols, and then they have 2 abilities. So first, for the katas, you do this, you pick them after deployment, but before we know who goes first. Okay? So you don't know who's going first, but you at least get to see what the board state kind of looks like.
That's good.
Yeah, so that's always nice. I mean, if it was before deployment or, God forbid, before when you show up to the table, yikes. But yeah, it's after deployment, which I like a lot. So how you do this is you select 3 of the 6 katas to be active for the game. Right? So you have 6 katas, you pick 3 of them. You designate 1 as your primary, 1 is your secondary, and 1 is your tertiary kata. All right? So in your first command phase, you select 1 of these 2 stances from your primary kata to be active. So you take your primary kata and you pick 1 of the 2 stances it has. So you pick one or the other, whichever one you want, but it's in your command phase. So you do have to wait for your first turn. So if you go second, you can kind of see what the board state looks like even more and see and adjust accordingly. So this stance that you just selected is now active until your next command phase, right? So in your second command phase, you can select the other stance from your primary. So we've used up the one. You can now go to the second one. Or you can move on to your secondary kata.
Okay.
So you can either choose to forego that second stance in your first primary one and go to your secondary, or you can use up the last one.
Okay.
All right. And then after you've selected a secondary kata, so at the minimum, your second battle round, you move on to the second one. You can now move on to tertiary after that. But you cannot go backwards in your selection.
Okay.
So if you go first turn, you're using up your primary. Second turn, you're using secondary. Third turn, you're going tertiary. That fourth turn, you can use the second tertiary, but then the fifth turn, you get no kata.
Okay.
No nothing, right?
Once you run out, you're out.
Yep, once you're out, and you cannot go backwards. So you cannot go backwards, you cannot use a stance more than once, and if you pass go, you cannot collect $200. So it seems very complicated. It's like a page of writing, but really it's like, oh, this is kind of straightforward. I mean, especially if you have like the data cards or you make your own. Mm-hmm. It's pretty easy, honestly, but it's enough to go into. But so each shield host also has its favorite kata, its favorite karate stance, right? Some know jujitsu, which isn't karate, but and each for whatever one is the preferred. So let's say you take shield host Shadow Keepers, their special shield host is Capatrice or whatever, however you say that, Capatrice. So if you are in your shield host's favorite stance, you get both stances for one turn. So instead of just one stance, you get both of them are active. Nice. So that's kind of nice. So you can go, let's say you put that as your primary one. The first turn you pick one of the stances. Second turn you can pick both of the stances to be active. So you could have two turns of one really good one. Yeah, so it's pretty good.
That's kind of cool.
It's pretty good, and I'm gonna go over quick which. Each of the katas and the stances that they do, there's a lot of toolboxes in here.
That's nice.
Yeah, it's very nice. So first one, Calitus, it's the Solar Watch one. Stance 1 allows models to roll an extra die and drop the lowest for advancing. Nice. So immediately jumps out first turn, just advance up there. Very good. 2d6.
Almost cracking Tyranids.
Yeah, that's solid. If you have to reroll it too, you get to roll 2 dice. Mm-hmm. So that's very nice. And the second stance on that is count as stationary for shooting after a normal move or advance. Not bad. Not bad. Not good, but I like the other one better. But this one's not bad. The next one is Conserva. That's Emissaries Imperitas. The first stance is fallback or advance and still do an action.
I like that a lot.
Ooh, Zakk already got his attention. So fall back and advance, still do an action. Or you can shoot and do an action.
I like that a lot.
Yeah, Zakk likes that. Yeah, so that's some straight up utility right there. You are doing your actions with this one. Moving on to the next one, Dakatari. This is the Dread Host's preferred stance. The first one is subtract 2 inches each time an enemy unit pile in or consolidates. Ooh. So essentially for most units in the game, that's a 1-inch pile-in and a 1-inch consolidation. Oof. That is serious movement shenanigans, Zakk.
If you didn't roll high on your charge, you better hope you can get them in just on the charge, because you're not piling in to get extra attacks.
Or I come into you, and now you're not doing anything in the retaliation. You're doing nothing.
You just barely get within an inch of some corner of a blob.
Yep. And a lot of these units are 3 model units, so I can have 1 model really up there and the 2 behind. Yeah, you might not be able to do anything.
I like that one.
Yes, and the second one of Dakatari is each time this unit fights, it can add 1 to each model's attacks. If it does, the damage is now reduced to 1 of the melee attacks. So it's kind of like I'm going to take my 2 damage weapon, add an attack to it, but make it 1. It's very horde killy.
Yeah, they get a mini sweep attack.
But also it's good to damage 1 or reduce damage by 1, because most of Custodes things is 2 damage. So this basically just says, I'm not getting 2 damage anyway. F it.
Yeah, you may as well get an extra attack.
Right? So that's not bad. Salvus is the Aquilas Shield's preferred fighting stance. The first one is extend the range of guns by 4 inches. And then the second one is double shoot with auric weapons, so spears, axes, and swords. It's
not
bad, but not
probably
good.
Wouldn't take it over the other ones.
Yeah, some the movement ones make me really happy.
Yeah.
So, moving on, we got Rendax, which is the Emperor's Chosen special one. First trait is auto wound 6s on monster vehicles for combat and shooting. So when you roll the hit, 6s are just auto wound against monster and vehicles. Very good, solid. And the next one is +1 strength in the first round of combat. Also pretty good considering a lot of your stuff is either strength 6, 7, or 8. Yeah. So you just bump that up one. Kind of can be a +1 to wound a lot of times.
Yeah, it's the punch up abilities.
Right? And it's +1 strength to your characteristic. So D. McCarran's go, F you. Everything is now strength 6 or higher, so that strength test isn't looking so good.
No.
And the last one is Capitrius. I tried my best. I don't know. I'm not Latin. The first stance is turn off melee hit rolls.
Okay.
So just straight up no hit roll rerolls.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so I said that weird, but yeah, no rerolls to hit in melee. That's not bad. Not bad. And the second one is roll off to fall back. So basically, when any enemy units are chosen to fall back, we just roll off. If I win the roll off, you don't fall back.
Nice.
Yeah, that makes planning your turn incredibly hard because it's like, all right, I'm gonna try and fall back here. Nope. I'm gonna try and fall back here. Okay. So I like that a lot.
I am become witch cults.
Yeah. Yeah, I am become witch cults. Destroyer of movement. Next, we'll move on. I have 2 favorite shield hosts. All of them are actually pretty good, but I have 2 that really that I look at and I go, yes, Papa like. The first one, I'm actually gonna go with Shadow Keepers for the first one. That I'll read off. The first set of its traits is -1 attack for enemy models within engagement range.
I like that a lot.
Yep. So anything that's in any model that's not. So any models in engagement range, just flat -1 attack.
Do you know if it's to a minimum of 1 or anything?
Yes, because just like the core rule books, it says any of these. Yeah, we know we're gonna write this wrong, so we're just gonna get ahead of ourselves.
So it's like that'd be kind of wild,
kind of broken. Yeah, no, it's to a minimum of 1, but it's good. That's straight up good, especially I immediately I play against Zack's Tyranids a lot. I think of Genestealers, I go just a little less efficient.
Yeah.
So I like that a lot. The second part of its trait is reroll wound rolls against characters. Just straight up reroll wound rolls against characters. So very character killy, Shadowkeepers. Also have Shadowkeepers has a lot of great stuff. I like their Warlord trait, Relic, and Strat. The Warlord trait is just lets you ignore character invulnerables, shooting and melee. Just ignore it.
Oh wow.
Just nice. F you. You're done. Just ignores it. So that's really good. Its Relic is a single target fight last. So just pick you fight last.
That's always good.
Always, just flat out good.
Said, fight last utility is always
Yep,
good.
just straight up good. And then the stratagem is -1 strength from incoming attacks, no vehicle units. So I got a unit of Terminators, just -1 strength. And if you use it right, it's like, say you're strength 6, I use it on you, now you're strength 5, it's like a ghetto -1 to wound.
Oh yeah, I mean even if you're shooting Meltas at Terminators, now I'm wounding on 3s instead of 2s.
Yep. Well, my Terminators are 5.
Oh, yeah, you're 5. Yeah, well,
these are T5. Yeah, but yeah, I mean it's straight up just can be pretty util. It's kind of sucks because it's now no longer vehicle units, and it was super good with like Telmon Dreads being T8, and then all your Meltas are now strength 7, which was a little. They don't need that anymore, so that's fine. It's fine. And the second shield host I'll talk about is the Emperor's Chosen. So, first trait in this one is just a 4-up ignore mortals.
Okay.
Just straight up 4+ ignore mortals.
A whole lot of mortals in the game right now.
Yep, so it just says Thousand Suns, F-U, Tyranids, F-U, Grey Knights, F-U.
Soon to be Eldar.
F-U, Sisters, just everything. Oh, it's super good. This is one of the main weaknesses of Custodes, so seeing this just army-wide, very good.
I always like things that shore up major, weaknesses of a whole faction.
Yep.
If you can, minimize that.
Yeah, especially just by picking this, and but wait, there's more. The second part of this trait is reroll 1 hit roll or 1 wound roll.
Nice.
And for an army with a lot of high quality attacks, hitting on 2s almost every time. With being high quality, it's going to be wounding on 3s. Just one extra reroll adds up.
That's nice.
Adds up across an army, so it's very strong. It lets characters be characters with the rerolls again. Mm-hmm. So it's like we'll get to it later, but there's a relic where a character can take. It's basically like a one-shot Dark Lance. So get to reroll a hit roll or a wound roll on that.
Yeah.
Shores up that efficiency.
A lot of your bikes are low count missile shots.
Yes, low count like Meltas, so it just adds just a little bit each time. Yeah. Playing Eldar Expert Crafters, I know how powerful. I mean, it's not both, but I know how powerful it is just to just chip rerolls. The stratagem, Zach, this stratagem might be the best in the game. I am not exaggerating. It's 1 CP.
Bold statement.
1 CP. It lets me pick 1 unit in the command phase and give it another shield host trait.
That is really good.
Yes, so I'll go over a couple of like the really powerful things that this stratagem includes. So now it's not all of them, but it's one of them. But it's super toolbox. So I can ignore a hit and wound roll modifiers.
Nice.
Very good. I can fall back and charge. So you cannot tie up bikes. I just get to fall back and now charge.
That's good.
Core units can perform heroic interventions and ignore AP -1. So
how prevalent is core in the...
it's basically all the infantry and bikes.
Okay.
And the dreadnoughts. So it's
really good,
pretty much everything. But one of the key things about the perform heroics is there's a stratagem in here that lets me perform a heroic. If I can already perform heroic, I can do it with 6 inches. So now I could have a core unit like a dreadnought doing a 6-inch heroic. Not bad. Or I could have 2 units that shouldn't be able to heroic be doing it with this strat and another. Very good. And then finally, the Shadowkeeper is one we went over earlier, which is -1 attack from enemy models with an engagement and reroll wounds versus characters. So, I mean, this for just 1 CP to have any of this...
Right? It's a lot of utility for 1 CP.
A lot of utility. I mean, even if it was just 1 CP fallback and charge, it'd be like, okay. But to any of these other stuff, super good. So, I mean... Shield Host, or the Emperor's Chosen Shield Host is just... It's looking like... I mean, that's what the top guys are taking. So
yeah.
It's looking strong. I mean, I'm a sucker for Shadowkeepers just with that sweet black and red with the gold.
It's a striking color scheme.
It's strong. Mm-hmm. I mean, not to mention, I really like how it looks how they play. The whole, like, we're just coming for you in melee, basically. Yeah. I like that a lot.
That's so cool.
But yeah, now we'll move on to the old relics. I have one that's sexy, Zach. I'm gonna read it. I'm gonna read it last, actually, because it's a lot of fun. I'll go over Obliteratum. It's for Alaris Terminator character. It's basically it replaces like their grenade launcher. Mm-hmm. It's basically a one-shot Dark Lance.
Nice.
Yep, just straight up good. It's like you spend the 1 CP to add this onto your army. 1 CP Dark Lance, but this hits on 2s because you're Custode. Mm-hmm. If you're the Emperor's Chosen, you get to reroll the wound.
Yeah.
That is not bad.
It really isn't.
Not bad. Next one is the Auric Aquilas. It's for a Relic Jet Bike. It lets you reroll charges, or +1 if you already have reroll charges. Not bad.
Not bad at all.
Also lets you double move, but you cannot shoot or charge. So I can take my bike captain and move 14 plus 14 plus a flat 6 advance. Ooh, that's 34 inches in 1 turn. I can move across the board with Custodes character across the board.
Coming from Tyranids, one of the things that I use almost every turn is you can't move or can't shoot or charge, but the double move.
The double move.
I take mortals on mine.
Yep.
It's so much utility just to get anywhere on the board you need to.
Yes, and granted, awesome. You can't shoot or charge, but you're setting up your next turn. Yeah. You're basically saying, this is a problem you're going to have to deal with, because I'm moving 34 inches right now, and then I'm going to move 14 the next turn. That's scary. I like that one a lot.
Bike captains are looking scary still.
They're very scary. I mean, they may have lost OBSEC, but they don't care. They're doing that. So that's super strong. The last one I'm going to go over is the Praetorian Plate. So it's for Alaris only, but it's +1 toughness. Okay, so that's just straight up good. Mm-hmm. It turns your character from a T5 to T6.
Oh, yeah.
T6 Terminator, I mean, can't go wrong with that. And then once per game, if you're not in engagement range, all right, in your opponent's heroic intervention step, pick up this model and place him anywhere within 3 inches of a friendly non-vehicle unit that is also within engagement range.
That's cool.
Oh, so you basically...
That's cool.
It's basically like you get to come in and then heroic into a unit that's already engagement. It's kind of like the Sanguinor.
Mm-hmm.
And it's within Zakk. It's not wholly within.
Nice.
So these 40 mil bases, you can move out pretty far. So yeah, you just get to come up and come in this combat. So it's like, oh, now you have to deal with this guy. That sucks. And I'm going to go over a combo I saw in Goonhammer that is just... Ooh. All right, so you take the Praetorian Plate, you take this relic, right? Mm-hmm. You spend some points to upgrade this character to the Unstoppable Destroyer. Already badass. And then you take a Warlord trait, the Impregnable Mind. Okay. All right, so you have this relic that lets you teleport anywhere if something's in combat. The Praetorian Plate lets you consolidate 4 inches, but when you do so, you can do it in any direction.
Okay.
Yes, so you can... I mean, you have to still end within engagement range, but I can just skirt up along the enemy unit or into another enemy unit if I want. So if you have a unit, you know, I come into a heroic into your unit, but then you have another like shooting unit close by, I'm just gonna move. I'm gonna go ahead and pile in over there.
Suddenly, you don't even care if I base you.
Yeah, no, don't care at all.
That's cool.
This used to let you pile out of combat, but if you got based, you were screwed. Now you can't pile or consolidate out of combat, but you can't if you're based. Doesn't matter.
I kind of like that better. Yes, they can't shut you down.
No, can't. You are literally unstoppable. You are literally the unstoppable destroyer. And the last one is Impregnable Mind, which gives you... It's a Warlord trait we'll go over in a second, but I guess we're going over it now. It's a +1 to your denies. So you deny the witch. You can deny the witch with a +1. That's good. But you also count as 2 extra models. So now this character is 4 OBSEC models. So you take this, you pop up, and then you move on to an objective, and you might be just stealing that thing away.
I like that a lot.
Yeah, that's some tricks.
It's tricksy.
So now we have double moving bikes. We have characters popping up across the board.
It's kind of tricksy stuff I love.
There's some Eldar in this. Not gonna lie. So that might be a little heretical. There's some Eldar in this. Custodes. Ooh, I like it. Now we'll go over Warlord traits. So we did go over Impregnable Mind, but go over the other 3 that I like. I like Master of Martial Strategy. It's two parts to this. It's a 5-up CP refund when you spend CP. Just good.
All around good.
Just good. And then you can reorder the katas once before selecting your stance. So, yeah, that's some utility. That you do your first turn and you go, oh, shit. I want that. My tertiary is my secondary. Go ahead and just switch that. Go ahead and do
That's
it.
nice.
Go ahead and just switch it up.
I like being able to change that after you have more information.
Yes,
board state.
Right? And coming from Necrons, it's like, oh, that sounds so good. I mean, they have like a ghetto way to do it, but not like this.
Yeah.
So that's good. Then we have Champion of the Imperium. Just a straight up, you turn your 3-inch normal little baby heroic into a 6-inch Chad heroic.
Nice.
Awesome. Love it. Then he also just has full reroll the hits.
Always good.
Just full reroll the hit. And you know what, Zakk? These last 2 I went over are actually Trajan's Warlord traits.
He gets both?
He gets both.
Oh.
He just gets both. So Trajan will 5-up CP refund, reorder katas, 6-inch heroic, and full reroll the hit.
That's pretty monstrous.
That's Trajan. That is just good. Yeah, he's a monster. So
that's cool.
That's good. So
he wasn't an auto take before.
Oh, he is now because he's gone. He went down in points too, Zakk. He was 190 and now he's 170.
Why?
Imperium. That's why.
Cool. Well, yeah.
Oh yeah, that very good.
Trajan for the win.
Then the last one I like is Superior Creation. Just a straight up 5-up ignore. Feel no pain.
Nice.
Just 5-up. Just put it on a character. Put on a bike character. Yeah. It's just good.
How many wounds does a bike character have?
9.
9? Yeah, that's some max wounds.
That's some Yep, that's basically as tough as you're gonna get. There's one of those shield traits. I don't remember which one, but it's a Warlord trait. Halves damage. So you could take that shield host, make that bike half damage and 5-up. Ignore. Feel no pain. That's just good.
Surprisingly resilient. And a 4-up invuln.
Almost disgustingly. So, ooh, that's a little heretical. That will go on to the point upgrades. I have a couple that I like. They're all pretty good, but I'm just going to go over 3 of them that I really liked.
Sure.
The Alaris, we already went over the Unstoppable Destroyer. Just good. Just super good. His heroic is the same thing. He can just move in any direction. So when he actually heroics, like not the teleport thing, but the just straight up normal one, 4 inches, and you just do it in any direction, which is
that's nice.
Just good. The normal shield captain, like the little guardian guy, master of the stances. So you select 1 core character unit within 6 inches, and that benefits from both kata stances.
Not bad.
Yeah, so not bad at all. And lastly, the bike. I like this one a lot. It's tip of the spear, so it's just the tip.
Just the tip.
It's just the tip. You reroll hits and wound rolls of 1 for that captain, for that bike captain.
I like that. That's
good. So he's already hitting on 2s. Now he gets his own reroll 1s to hit back, and he rerolls wound rolls of 1. And in combat, he's, what is he? I think it's strength 7 now. So it was the spears were strength 6, and you got to reroll all wound rolls. Spears changed to strength 7, but now you're +1 to wound on the charge. Ooh, so if let's say I'm going into T7, something that's toughness 7, I'm wounding on 4s, +1 on the charge, 3s, rerolling 1s.
Not bad.
Not bad for the bike captain. So I like that.
To sneeze at.
Nothing. Very elite. Very.
Oh yeah.
Very good. Lastly, I'll just go over some of the strat. Honestly, a lot of Custodes strats are good. I didn't even write down all the ones I liked. I just jotted down what I really, really liked. So, first one, we're going to go with Arcane Genetic Alchemy.
That's a cool name.
Custodes have just the best strat names, as we'll see as we go on. So this is basically just a transhuman, no vehicles, but it's 1 to 3 models. It's 1 CP. Anything more, it's 2 CP. Just a transhuman's good in the shooting or fight phase. Use it, a lot of times you're doing the 3 model units, so it's just 1 CP. Transhuman.
Oh, yeah.
Just good. Something that's T5, make it more resilient. Combo is great with the Emperor's Auspice. Also 1 CP with the same restrictions, but this is just no rerolls for incoming attacks.
Oh, wow.
No rerolls to hit, no rerolls to wound, no rerolls for damage for 1 CP.
Ooh.
Ooh.
My Tyranids don't like
that. Hive Guard no likey.
My Demas with all their rerolls hate
Yep,
it.
they just hate it. It goes, ooh, that's... Now you pair that with Transhuman, it's like...
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Suddenly, 6 to 9 attacks on a Dema, it's... probably not killing much.
Math isn't helping you with the 4-up invulnerable.
No.
Ooh, hits...
So your base strength 5 on a lot of your stuff. So my strength test, you pass it on a 3-up?
Yeah, 3-up.
That's not bad.
If I'm in a stance, it's 2-up.
Yeah.
So that's spicy. Spicy. Speaking of stances, we're just going to go ahead and go over to Martial Discretion. It's 1 CP. My command phase. I just pick one of my units, and I switch the kata stances for them. Pick any of them, just put them in there. Nice. Very utility. I go, I really need that pile-in one that limits your pile-ins. He's going to have that unit right there.
Nice. Very
good for 1 CP. Chef's Kiss.
Nice toolbox strat.
Right? Chef's Kiss. And a lot of these strats are 1 CP. Mm-hmm. What's great about Custodes now is the battalion is pretty easy to get. That's kind of basically all you're going to be building. So you have 1 detachment. You have your Trajan, which refunds you CP with the Warlord trait. On top of he just gives you +1 CP. Yeah, you're going to have a lot of CP. Man. It's looking good for Custodes. We have another badass name, Slayer of Nightmares. I mean...
That sounds like a metal album.
Oh, right?
I love it.
Oh, it's so good. 1 CP, Zakk, +1 to wound a unit with higher toughness than yours.
Nice.
Yep. Just straight up good.
That's monster and vehicle hunting.
Yep, just anything big and scary, we're coming for you. Literally slaying the nightmares.
Nightmares.
It's great. I love that. I mean, there's not much to say about other than just how awesome it is. Tanglefoot Grenade is still here. It's changed slightly. You now need line of sight, which fair enough. I mean, if you can't see something, how are you gonna Tanglefoot it?
Makes sense.
Yep. So fair enough. You have to have line of sight, and then also you can only use it once per turn. So you can use it in the movement and the fight phase or the charge phase, but you can not use it in both. So also fair enough because using in both is a little oppressive. But yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with just picking a unit in the movement phase, -D6 movement.
Yeah.
In the charge phase, -D6. And that applies to anything that's not fly. So Dimas.
-D6 is huge. Too.
Yeah, movement's good, but I like it later in the turn because it just makes the anticipation like, oh, where is he going to use this? Oh, crap. So it is also in the start of the movement and the start of the charge. So I do have to do it at the start of the movement, so I can't see where you're kind of moving and then decide to pop it. So that's one thing to note. But yeah, I like it in the charge phase a lot because it makes those like pretty reliable 5-inch charges very scary.
Feels almost like when you're playing against or playing with a island Magic the Gathering deck and you leave 2 untapped mana.
Yes, exactly.
Doesn't matter what you have in your hand. You're a blue deck with 2 untapped mana.
Yeah, it's like he could just counter this. It just affects the way your opponent plays, and anything that does that is just great. Another great one is Indomitable Guardians. 1 CP, Zach. If you're on an objective, it's 1 CP interrupt. You just interrupt in combat.
Ooh.
Yeah, so you have 2 CP. You have 2 interrupts a turn, basically.
2 interrupts, yeah. That's literally what I was just thinking. Is you can interrupt twice.
Yep, just 2 interrupts. So
damn.
Yeah, you got to plan those combats out a little bit better.
Oh yeah,
that's good. It's just straight up good. Just 1 CP interrupt. I mean, even if you're not doing 2, if you're on an objective, you just budget. So great. And the last one I'll go over is Fraternity of Heroes. 1 CP, just a great name. Fittingly, you just get to heroic with anything. 3 inches, and then, like I said earlier, if you already get to heroic, it's a 6-inch heroic.
That's nice.
It's just good. I mean, being able to heroic with any... I mean, you're an army of you have an army of characters, basically. Army of heroes, literally. So being able to just heroic with anything is just... We see it with Space Wolves, how just strong it is.
Yeah. And I love the utility of a 6-inch heroic.
Yes. Huge. I mean, if that basically means if you're in the middle of an objective, you're gonna just... If your opponent touches it, you have the option to get on to touch them. So, all in all, Custodes are looking really strong.
Yeah, I like that a lot.
A lot of durability strats, which I love to see. We didn't go over, but they still have Unleash the Lions. It's a little different now. You have to do it in the command phase, and if it's over 3 models, it's 2 CP. If it's under 3, or if it's 3 or under, it's 1 CP. But Unleash the Lions, badass name, just phenomenal.
Still one of my favorite stratagem names.
Yep, and I will be taking that big Terminator brick, and I will be unleashing the Lions. So be ready for that.
I would like to point out just. All time. It's not good, but the Dark Eldar Drakari stratagem, an esoteric kill. I'm impressed by Custodes. This is like the first I've really heard about the stuff that they got.
Yeah. Whether it's limiting your opponents or adding to your own, I love that.
Helps in especially like infantry heavy Custodes armies.
Yeah,
right. A lot of like 6-inch move.
Yep. Oh, another one I didn't write down, but it's the redeploy with the Vexilla. So the Vexilla is like the banner dude.
Yeah.
It's a 1 CP redeploy for any of your I don't know if it's Terminator or infantry, but regardless, you're going to be using it on Terminators.
Yeah.
It's basically you get to pick up one of your Terminator units in the movement phase and then redeploy them that turn. Within 3, I think it's within 6 inches ish of the Vexilla, but you do have to be more than 9 inches away. But it's good for just, these guys are in trouble over here. Boop, just going to put them across the board. Or I want to line up something next turn, put them over here. So,
that's nice.
Yeah, pretty good.
I like that a lot.
Yeah, so, Custodes are good. Genestealers, like we said earlier, God, they...
Playing like the guerrilla ambush army as I've dreamed of.
Yeah, they seem like... Genestealers seem like you're going to need to put in the love to see the results. Mm-hmm. But once you do, I mean, it seems like it seems like they have all the rules,
tools.
Yeah, all the tools that they need, they have.
It'll be fun to see, because I know we were talking earlier about Custodes are a little easier just to pick up if you have a background in power armor.
Yes.
Whereas I feel like it's going to take a while for people to really feel out the GSC Codex and unlock its true potential. If you know what I mean.
I mean, like you said, this is just a power army. I mean, it's not just another power armor army. I mean,
it's
the power armor army. But it still just is. So if you're used to playing that kind of play style, you can kind of just pick it up and learn it fairly easy. Nothing really plays like GSC in the game. I mean, you have MSU armies, but you have nothing that has the amount of weird deep strike shenanigans this army has.
Right. I love deep strike shenanigans, too.
It's making me just question my life right now. I mean, God, they're cool. There's some cool strats in there.
I might need to test out an army of dirt bikes just for fun.
Ooh, just some Adel Jackals. Love that. But yeah, I mean, this is this week's podcast. I think next week we're going to be looking into the Tau as rumors keep leaking out. We've got Mr. Codex Cat just giving us all.
Oh yeah, we got a couple images of the new Codex. Pretty much confirmed leaks here.
Yep.
So we're going to be treating them as such next week. Kind of go into it. I mean, take it with a little pinch of salt, but it's pretty reliable.
Take it with a large, just rock of salt. It's not a little, just large.
But yeah, I'm excited for Tau. My first army.
Yeah, that's your first army, man. I remember that was back in the day, back in like 4th grade. That was your literally 4th grade playing up the Tau. That was your baby. Your first love, your first true love.
That'll be fun.
She's coming back, Zach, harder and faster than ever.
I miss my fish goat people.
Yep, your weird communist fish goat, brainwashed, new anime weeb.
Hey now, not brainwashed. I am a Farsight fanboy. We don't mess with that ethereal bullshit.
Ooh. Once you see those litanies that they have, you'll be taking. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But yeah, so that's gonna wrap it up for us. Hope you guys like the podcast, and we'll see you next week.
Yeah, take care.